Stadium in Santa Clara, California. It's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers taking on Jared Goff and the Los Angeles Rams.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. First time we get to see the 49ers offense behind their quarterback. Now in his 7th season as a pro from Eastern Illinois, it's Jimmy Garoppolo.
And there he is, the man known as Jimmy G, Jimmy Garoppolo, who I thought had a really nice year in 2019. So close to culminating with a Super Bowl title. Accurate with the football, completed nearly 70% of his passes, which was 4th best in the NFL. Nearly 4,000 yards through the air with a team that runs the ball with great efficiency. 27 touchdowns, but in the Super Bowl, didn't quite make the plays they needed down the stretch. But remember, some big wins last year. At New Orleans, at Seattle in Week 17, 2 playoff wins. He's continuing to develop as one of the better ascending players in the league.
And he'll get this one up to the 26.
The ball carrier.
It was Sebastian Joseph who got him down defensively.
A 3-yard pickup.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
Well, it's not unusual for a team to have a little bit of a letdown after appearing in the Super Bowl. And the Rams had that Super Bowl letdown after their loss in Super Bowl 53 to New England. But it might surprise people that quarterback Jared Goff still finished 3rd in the NFL in passing yards at better than 4,600. They just want to see him cut down on the number of interceptions he threw last year, and they think the Rams can elevate their offense yet again.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
A gain of 2.
I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
It's a gain of 10.
But when you think of the Rams and their passing game, sometimes Robert Woods gets overlooked. But if I told you he led the team in targets for the last 2 years and had 139 last year, would you be surprised? Probably. But now with Brandon Cooks gone from the roster, they'll look in his direction maybe even more. And I just love the intensity that he plays the game with.
They'll run for the first time here with Brown. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Number 30.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Tackle made at the
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Block 20.
From the 38, Goff. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 7 yards there and a first down.
First down.
How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. Remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck roll that they can fall back on anymore.
Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Pass rusher extraordinaire, D Ford that time, getting the sack. It felt like he was in the pocket all day, never got rid of it.
And when you have that much time, you've got to either find someone open or get rid of it, because with that amount of time to throw the ball, that means the offensive line's done a really nice job.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
Up until the last 5 weeks of the 2019 season, if you had said, who is Tyler Higbee, you might have got some blank stares back. But down the stretch, only Julio Jones and Michael Thomas had more targets in the final month of the 2019 season. A breakout year for Tyler Higbee. He expects to continue those types of numbers and beyond going forward.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. The 49ers have Richie James back deep. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here.
The Niners take,
and the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line.
7-yard line.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Garoppolo now. First down throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
George Kittle is easily one of the elite tight ends in the NFL. Back-to-back seasons of 88 and 85 catches. We just saw another one right there. Anytime he lines up on the field, you better treat him as a primary receiver and make sure you have a second guy in the vicinity to try and cover him.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
What a breakout season Raheem Mostert had in 2019, and now he's got a chance to be the lead back for his team. In fact, he spent time in the offseason bulking up, trying to get stronger to absorb the extra hits and be available for more snaps. He wants to be a guy who carries the ball from game 1 all the way through game 16 in the regular season.
We're scoreless after 1.
With no score.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And Deebo Samuel's another one of those young receivers that not only looks like a running back, but plays like one after the catch. And he had one of the best seasons among 2019's rookie receivers. Just over 800 yards receiving, but by the time the playoffs hit, he'd become WR1 for the 49ers. And now with the departure of Emmanuel Sanders, that should give him even more looks. Look for him to catch the ball downfield and also take it out of the backfield.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Raheem Mostert averaged 5.6 yards per carry last year. That was 2nd in the NFL. So it's safe to say that it paid off that he patterned his work ethic after his hero, Frank Gore, the former 49er. That's a guy who really shows you how to go out and get it done each and every day. Raheem Mostert patterned him and had a breakout season in 2019 with the 49ers.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 18 yards, first down Niners. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. A play fake from Mostert, now Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Back to the running game with Mostert. He was trying to turn the corner, but he will go nowhere. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Third and 11, and some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Mostert, the ball carrier.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
On 2nd down, Mostert. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And all the way down to the 5. That good for 19 and a first down.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowler, Jalen Ramsey.
Garoppolo's pass intercepted.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Now, the Los Angeles Rams get another win in Week 5, this time at Washington. And, you know, Sunday, October 11th, that's a good day now for sports fans in Southern California from this past weekend because the Lakers won their 17th NBA title. They beat the Heat. And then they've also, although they didn't play that day, they've got the Dodgers still going in the postseason as well. But let's focus on the Rams, Charles. They moved to 4-1 with that 30-10 victory and really looked pretty dominant. And not only that, they have now completely swept the NFC East. All 4 wins have come against that division.
Yeah, I think they petitioned the league to move to the NFC East this year to guarantee themselves a playoff spot. Because they're in the NFC West. They're at 4-1, and it is a battle every time out. Seattle's 5-0. Arizona's 3-2. San Francisco, they have a disappointing record right now, but you figure they can get hot at any time. They were in the Super Bowl last year. Can we go to the NFC East, please? Because that would be kind of cool. But the return of Alex Smith, and you were there for that, and I thought you handled that so well, partner, when he came out on the field. What an amazing story that was. But this Rams defense, they held Washington to 108 yards of total offense, the fewest the Rams have given up since 1980. They sacked the quarterbacks 8 times. Aaron Donald, he got 4 of those, and it felt like 40. Tremendous game. So I ask you 2 questions. 1, Jared Goff, he looks like a much improved quarterback. And 2, are you digging the bone uniform that the Rams are flashing.
I do like that bone-colored uniform, and I'll tell you what, Jared Goff, a lot of things for him underneath, but incredibly efficient, and he was very, very efficient in this victory. And now, Charles, they go to San Francisco, who's struggling a bit, home against Chicago and at Miami. The Rams, let's see if they can go on a little run here and improve that 4-1 record. On 2nd and 10, Goff. He's got the rookie from Florida. That's Van Jefferson with it. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Could we get a touchdown to this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Goff fakes the give to Brown. He'll throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To the air again. Goff. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Intended target there, Malcolm Brown. And it's 3rd down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing again is Goff. They got a man. It's Woods. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 21. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
I remember covering Robert Woods in college at USC, and consistent was the word that was always used about him. Maybe we should have added dependable as well. Over 1,100 yards each of the last 2 seasons. This guy studied to be an NFL wide receiver while in college and has carried that over to the NFL. A pro's pro. This guy plays as hard as anyone in the league.
Now a 1st down throw. Goff. This will be caught inside the 10. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Goff throwing again. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. scoreless first half. These teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
L.A. set to take over again on offense. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down. They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
No gain on the play, and it's 3rd down.
A shotgun snap for Goff. Over the middle, complete. It's Woods. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He continues to deliver a 1st down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
They'll run on 1st down. Brown. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
The 48-yard line.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now it's Goff. They'll find Everett there, complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
It's a gain of 6.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. To throw is Goff. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Solomon Thomas, his 2nd sack of the night.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Out of the gun, Goff. Complete, Jefferson the target. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Goff's pass, complete to Van Jefferson. A gain of 6 on the play. And this is 3rd down.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive, as this is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. And that is incomplete.
Goff.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, They're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. Draw play, Garoppolo gives to Mostert. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here comes Webster. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On 1st down, Goff. Man open left side is Brown. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Goff now to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
first down line at the 34 here on third down. Again, Goff. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 15-yard line.
27 on the play. First down, Rams.
As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Going to run the sweep here. This is Cup. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
The tackle by Clara.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense, diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
10-yard line.
2nd and 6 from the 10. Here's Brown. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Rams on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the backfield, he's got Malcolm Brown. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the left hash, a chip shot here.
26-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0.
Rams 3, 49ers nothing.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
The Niners take over 1st and 10.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position, a touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. Open man is born. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
First and 10.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Check 59.
They'll run the draw with Mostert. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield.
Number 31.
Micah Kaiser was in on the tackle.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 41-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
At the 41-yard line.
So from Rams territory now, it's first and 10 at the 41. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense, they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right, and you just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
He was looking for Cooper Kupp there. That'll bring up second down. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
It leads to second and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Goff. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. On first down, it's Brown. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Goff now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game.
50-yard attempt.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is.
49ers, nothing.
Garoppolo and the Niners now. Down 3-0. A little under a minute 50 remaining. And they need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Maybe an important fourth quarter miss as this stays a 3-point game.
Yeah, now overtime is very much in the equation here. Just what you mentioned, a 3-point game. They get a drive, put it through the posts. We could have some free football, couldn't we?
Back to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Garoppolo to throw. Completes it to Samuel. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Garoppolo able to find Samuel there for a Niners 1st down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
1st down now, but the clock continues to move. They'll look to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Inside of a minute to go now. 2 timeouts left. Still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
This one complete to Jordan Reed. That catch good for only a couple.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. To throw, Garoppolo staying on his feet. His throw caught at about the 5. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
You have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now Garoppolo. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Now Mostert. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming.
A 27-yard attempt.
And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go.
Kick is good.
And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. This hasn't exactly been a battle of one touchdown after the other, quite the opposite. But at 3-3 now here in the fourth, it's been an entertaining game considering just 2 field goals.
Yeah, is it really a football game now, or are we watching baseball? This feels like a pitcher's duel, doesn't it? Nice, intense, on the edge of your seat. Have you been scoring this one? A lot of strikeouts and ground balls in this one.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. First throw of OT for Garoppolo. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
All day, dog. Mike, check, 59.
Now a first throw here in overtime. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. But now it'll be 3rd down. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. L.A. readies for its next possession. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. First throw in overtime for Goff. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn to either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
On 2nd down, it's Brown. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 11 yards there, 1st down. A nice toss play there to the left. More than enough room to move the chains.
And you know what I love about that play as a broadcaster? Seeing the big guys move, seeing them get upfield and take out defenders. You know what I hated as a defensive back?
What?
That exact same thing. Seeing those linemen coming downfield, getting ready to blot out the sun.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. Second and 11. Out of the gun, Goff. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. And this is third down.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. From the gun, here's Goff. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 29-yard line.
It's a gain of 10.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
To Malcolm Brown.
Well, right now, every little bit of yardage helps. They're obviously well within his range. It's just about keeping the football and getting in the right spot.
Know your kicker. As you mentioned, get it to the right spot, the place that he wants to kick it from. And if you do decide to throw the football, it either goes to your team or no one. It's the only kind of throw you make.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On the toss, this is Jim Brown. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap for Goff. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
But that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. So here now, Sam Sloman in a big spot. This will be from 49 yards out. And the 49ers going to take another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This will be from 49 yards out. That is inches from the upright. It's no good. Wide to the left, and that changes everything here in OT. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. He'll look to Mostert to start things out. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Another big play there by Aaron Donald, the NFL's Defensive Player of the Year in 2017 and 18. We know he can rush the passer. He's also dominant in the run game. The quickness for a man his size often defeats the offensive lineman trying to block him.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th.
Samuel, incomplete. Results in a 4th down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
They'll run on 1st down. Brown. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From his goal line here, Goff. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down.
13 yards.
And that's a much-needed completion right there on 3rd down. Really a sigh of relief, isn't it? They're backed up deep. You know they don't want to give the ball back to the other guys with great field position. They needed that throw, that completion, that 1st down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now Goff. Now that'll be caught by Cup. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. Now Goff on 1st down. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Goff throwing again. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it.
Mess around and put that thing over your permit. 6 figures every year, yeah, earn that. At the front of this line is where my turn at.
Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that league, make sure you cut it in.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Tevin Coleman, now in his 2nd year with the Niners.
number 26.
It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3.
And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
Tighten up, pull together. Check 59, right?
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
So now it'll all come down to Robbie Gould. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead.
Rams 3.
We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.